today we are doing a review. This is Vlogmas Day 3, and today we are reviewing the Innova Mako3. This is a mid-range from Innova. This is a straight to neutral mid-range. If you look at it's like very similar to a putter, as a putter is rounded like this. This can be thrown from all types of ranges. It can be thrown from short ranges, from long ranges. And it is an awesome wood disc. It is one of the best out there. If anyone knows Mason Ford, he actually throws coyotes, but those are very similar to the Mako, just a little bit more stable. And so the Mako is a very good disc. Sometimes, based on your run, bases on how stable your disc is and how it flies. This one right here is a flip up to flat and maybe turn a little bit to the right Mako. And this is a throw flat, goes dead straight for a long time, and has a gentle finish at the end. And so, I'm gonna throw them, and I'm gonna throw them back, and we're gonna show you how they fly. We're gonna throw in all the angles. We're gonna throw Hyzer, we're gonna throw flat, and we're gonna throw on Anhyzer. And then we'll go over our final thoughts and suggestions. And so, again, like I said, these are really good in the woods. These are very, very good discs. Neutral to straight, like I said. So we'll do the blue one first. As you can see, I threw down a little bit of Hyzer, went through to a little bit of Anhyzer, and then landed pretty flat. And so that one's my main one for when I'm trying to flip up through a gap. Like I really use that one as my main gap hitting mid-range. And so with this one, I use this like right in between my Rock X3 and my Rock. And so throw this on a little bit of Hyzer and show you a Hyzer flight. Okay, so I'm going to throw those back on more Hyzer because I kind of threw those pretty flat to, so it's a slight Hyzer to pretty flat, and so I didn't really show you enough Hyzer, but I'm going to try to again. Okay, so with these, I'm going to throw them back on more Hyzer. This one, if I throw it on this much Hyzer, should flip up the flat and go straight and then have a mild finish, a little gentle finish. Then this one, I should be able to throw it on Hyzer and trust it to hold that Hyzer. Another thing with the Mako is it is a very comfortable disc in the hand, especially for fan grips. Power grip, basically, if you're a power gripper on mid-ranges, which I actually don't recommend that, I recommend you fan grip. Even some fairway drivers, you should fan grip. And so, even Drew Gibson, he fan grips his destroyers, which, if you know those are a 12-speed distance driver. And so, but on these straight runs of Makos, the ones that you can throw flat and go flat, and then they land nice and flat or on a slight Hyzer, these you can trust them on any angle, and whatever you release them on, they will hold until the end, and then they'll land pretty flat. Or if you throw them on Hyzer, they'll land on Hyzer. Throw them flat, they'll go pretty straight and have a little bit of fade at the end. And if you throw them on Anhyzer, they'll hold the Anhyzer over for a good shot. And so we're going to throw this one first. I kind of threw that one low, but it still got the flip up that I was telling you about. And so this one I'm going to try to get higher and throw it more to the right side and let it fade in. Again, I didn't throw that one with enough Anhyzer. I'm just not used to it, but again, you can kind of see the flight. That one really holds the angle a lot. And so, again, with that, for all you backhand predominant players, this can be really good in the woods, as it's very good for holding the angle and throwing through gaps, and you can trust it. It's a very good disc. Guys, with the Mako, it's not torque resistant at all. So if you're throwing this forehand, unless you have a Jeremy Cooling sidearm, you should not throw this forehand. Backhand, this is a very good disc because usually backhand doesn't have as much torque as a forehand. It doesn't put as much wobble on it. And so if you have a lot of wobble, the MAKO is not very torque resistant, so you wouldn't, I wouldn't necessarily use a MAKO until you get a smooth throw without a wobble. But still, it's a great disc, and it will expose those flaws. So you can use it when you're beginning and when you have wobble to show your flaws and show what you need to do with your form. And so that's with the MAKO. Here, I'm going to throw these flat, and this one should turn over to the right and have like a turnover shot if you're trying to go right without throwing a forehand. And then for the straight one, I'm going to throw it flat, it'll go straight, and then land with a mild Hyzer. Well, a gentle Hyzer. A gentle finish. As you can see, I threw that flat, and it turned to the right. I didn't give it enough air, but if I would given it more air, I probably would have had 30 more feet. And so, again, the understable runs, you got to make sure you're giving them air if you're trying to throw a turnover. Now we're going to throw this one flat. It should go dead straight. I threw that on a slight Anhyzer, but still, it threw really straight. I mean, you can see with that flight that if I would have thrown it flat, it would have done what I said it would do. These flat again, and then trust them. I'm going to throw this one a bit higher so it gets the turn, so I can show you the turnover. And then with this one, I'm going to try to throw it just flat and basically throw it the way I did the last time, except maybe a little less anny. As you can see, I threw that. I actually kind of threw it on a slight Hyzer, but it still got that turn. And if I would have thrown it actually flat, I kind of did throw that one bad. Kind of came out of my hand wrong, but it still got the turn, and it still did what I wanted it to, basically. Kind of didn't, but... This time I threw that one actually flat. As you can see, it did the flat I told you. Yeah. See, this is one of my favorite mid-ranges out there. Okay, so now I'm going to purposely throw these on an Anhyzer. So with this one, I'm going to throw it high left, and it should turn and do like a huge shot, like if you're trying to go over some bushes up high through a tight gap in the woods. And then with this one should hold over and have like a nice turnover shot. It won't be as turned over as this one. It'll be more like a gentle turnover, like your gaps right here, and the basket's like right here. And so just like you want to turn it over just a little bit. And so that's going to be what this one flies like. Start off with this one. Again, as you can see, I threw it high on the left side on a lot of Anhyzer. It turned and went to the right and then stalled out and landed pretty flat. And now with this one should do what that one did earlier when I threw that one flat. But instead, this one's on Anhyzer. As you can see, I threw it on some Anhyzer, and it did what the other one did earlier when I threw it flat. And so, basically, and as you can see, it did what I told you earlier. It held the angle, like I was saying about the MAKO. Okay, so this time I'm going to throw them basically the exact same way. Or at least that's what I'm trying to do. Trying to turn that one over a little bit more, but still did what I was basically saying to do. It was almost the same as the last one. I didn't put as much Anhyzer as I did the last one, with that one, but I did throw it harder, so it flew the same. So, all in all, this is an awesome mid-range, especially for in the woods, especially for trying to commit to a gap. This disc is awesome. It is a very good disc. You can control all the angles with it. It's a very good disc, and I highly recommend it. And I don't know if Infinite Discs will have them in stock. If they do, I will put it on the screen. Other places you could go, local retailer almost always has MAKOs. MAKOs are a very popular disc and are very easy to find, and so these are the only two I bagged and the only two I have. I would like to have more, but that's okay. Again, thank you guys for watching, and have a blessed day.